Hello friends, so we are going to do the Fortnite percent review. Remember I told you in class that if you watch this entire video, and you get all your answers done, you bring this review back to me, not necessarily signed by a parent, but completely filled out, and you have checked every question, you kind of understand what to do. Then you will get 5 extra bonus points, and then you can earn another 5 extra bonus points from showing your work on the test, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you always want to do is understand that when you have a percent, okay, to turn that percent into a decimal. Okay, you do that by using the Dr. Pepper method. Remember to go from percent to decimal. In this case, that's what we usually will see. You're going to go from decimal to percent. Let's do that first. I just ate, guys, so I feel like I have a frog stuck in my throat. 2 spaces to the right. Okay. And then if you are going to go from percent to decimal, you are going to go 2 spaces to the left. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps. Okay, let's look at the first question. The price of a PS4 game is $48 plus 7% sales tax. What is the sales tax on this PS4 game in dollars and cents? So the first thing that we want to do is change this to a decimal. Remember, we are going 2 digits or 2 spaces to the left because we are going from percent to decimal. So here what we're going to end up working with is going to be 0.07, and now all you have to do is take $48 and multiply that by 0.07. Okay, so 8 times 7 is 56, 4 times 7 is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So this is what we get, and then we have to make sure that we are counting our digits behind or to the right of the decimal. There's 2 digits here, so what we're going to do is we are going to go from the back 1, 2, and our final answer is going to be $3.36. Now remember, it's just asking for sales tax in dollars and cents. You have to really read what the question is asking you to find, because most of the times it will tell you if it wants sales tax alone, or if it wants the total after sales tax, with sales tax, or the entire purchase. Okay, so this right here is our answer. Let's go on to number 2. A lawyer has an annual income of $165,250. The income tax the lawyer has to pay is 8%. And then it's asking us what is the amount of income tax. So here it's not asking us anything else but whatever you get after you do the multiplication, okay? And usually with income tax, you're not adding anything or subtracting anything, usually, okay? So here's just asking for income tax. So I'm going to move the decimal 2 spaces to the left, add a 0, so what I get, or what I'm working with, is 0.08, okay? So here, 165,250 times 0.08, 0 here, 5 times 8 is 40, 2 times 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 times 8 is 40, plus 2 is 42, 6 times 8 is going to be 48, plus, what did I write there? 4? Yes. It's hard for me to see because I wrote it really small. 52 is what I get, alright? No, I'm writing the wrong thing over here. I meant to write 5 over here. 8 times 1 is 8, and then 8 plus 5 will be 13, okay? So, this is the number that I get. I get 13, let's say 132, or, this whole number is what we get, right? But we have to find how many digits are behind the decimal, and here there is 2 digits, so we would go over here. So our final answer the amount of income tax that this lawyer has to pay is going to be $13,220. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 3. Pause if you need to with this video. Okay. So $675.40 is what the oven is priced at, and then it has 6% here. Now remember, we want to take that 2 spaces to the left, so what we're working with is going to be 0.06. Okay, I'm just going to multiply by 0.06 here. Now I had students in class asking me, why do I have to put the 0? You're not going to multiply by the 0, but you need to know how many spaces are or how many digits are behind this decimal, because that helps you with your answer, okay? And again, it's only asking for the sales tax in dollars and cents. So 0 here, 4 times 6 is 24. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 is 32. 6 times 7 is going to be 42, plus 3 is going to be 45. And then 6 times 6 is 36. 36 plus 4 is going to be 40. Okay, now here you have 4 digits total behind the decimal, or to the right of the decimal. So we're going to move this decimal that's hiding back here 1, 2, 3, 4 digits to the left. So my final answer, the amount of sales tax that this oven is going to be that you're going to have to pay for this oven is going to be $40.52. Now, let's talk about this, because one of the things that I noticed is that a lot of students would get this big old number and be like, that doesn't make any sense. Bring it down to where you have it money, because we're talking about money, right? To where it makes sense with like amount of money. $40.52, even if you say $40.53, doesn't make sense that if you pay for an item that costs almost $700 for it to have a tax amount of $40.52. To me it does. Just like here in this first one, you paid $48 for that game, and let's just say that you did not add the 0 and instead you ended up with 33.6. Does it make sense to add a tax amount of $33.60 to a item that only costs $48? That doesn't make sense to me. $3.36 does. Okay, so just think about that when you're taking the test. All right, let's go to number 4. On number 4, Ryan wants to buy a pair of Nike shoes for $84 and a Nike shirt for $18.50. If the sales tax is 8.25%, what will be the amount of sales tax? It's not asking for the total, it's just asking for sales tax. First thing that you have to do is add these two right here. Okay, so 84.50 plus 18.50, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 8, 9, 10. So we have $103. Okay, now I'm going to take this 8.25. It has a decimal in it. Now most of the time you see 25%, 5%, 7%, 10%, but here you see 8.25 and you're like, oh, it's already got a decimal. That's what I'm using. You can't just do that. You still have to move that decimal 2 spaces to the left. So here 1, 2, add a 0. So what we're working with now is going to be 0.0825 times 103. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 8 times 3 is going to be 24, plus 1 is going to be, actually, 24, just 24. 8 times 3 is 24, add the 2 here, and then 3 is going to be, times 0 is going to be 0, but add the 2. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so here. 0, 0, 0, 0. Added 2 more zeros for the placeholder. Then 5, 2, 8, and 0. So here we're going to add this. I'm going to have to move it up here because I don't have any more space. 5 here, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 plus 2 would be 4. and then 8. Okay? And I do have a 0, but I don't have to add it. Let's just add it here for the sake of me doing this. I have 4 digits right here. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. So my final answer on what the amount of sales tax is going to be $8.49. You could also say $8.50. If you have a question like this, it's probably going to give you answer choices. And really, if it's asking you like a text entry, I would check to see if it says round it to the nearest hundredth. That's where you would write, or the nearest tenth. That's where you would write $8.50. If not, leave it as $8.49. Anyways, this is our answer right here. Let's move to number 5. So on number 5, Cameron and Kyson went shopping. The cost of their clothing, not including tax, was $48.75. If the sales tax is 7%, estimate the cost of their entire purchase. So look here. This is the first one where we're not finding just the sales tax. We are looking for the entire purchases total. Okay? So again here, move it 2 spaces to the left. So we're going to have 0.07, 48.75 times 0.07. Okay, 5 times 7 is going to be 35. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 3 is going to be 52. 8 times 7 is going to be 56, plus 5 is going to be 61. 4 times 7 is going to be 28, plus 6 is going to be 34. Okay. I don't have to multiply by 0. I can stop there. But I do have to count how many digits behind or to the right of the decimal there are. There are 4. So here, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So my sales tax amount in dollars and cents is going to be $3 and let's just say 41 cents. Okay. Now what I have to do, because this is just the sales tax amount, is I have to add it to $48.75. Okay, 5 plus 1 is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $52.16. So let's talk about this. This is an estimation, right? Which one, if you had cash value, not a credit card, and even if you did have a credit card, let me tell you this. You're going to need to make sure that you have at least how much on that credit card in order for you to not have to pay back money, okay? Because it may go through, it may accept that you are over just a couple of dollars, but you're going to have to owe the bank some money, right? If I give them $45 in cash, or if I give them my card and it only has $45, I'm going to be owing some money, or if I have cash, I'm going to have to put something back, okay? So I can't do that one. $50, same thing. Can't have that. The only one that works is $55. $60 does work as well, so you could have done $60 and been fine, okay? All right, so here we're looking for the closest. Let's just put that on there. We're looking for the closest estimation, okay? All right, let's go to page 2. Pause if you need to. All right. A Target cashier has an annual income of $38. So here you have to use this tax bracket chart, and you have to look first right here in these ranges of income values, okay? And I look here at the first one, that's too small. This one ends at 34. I have 38,000. This one ends at 83,000. So I know that I would have to use 25%. But let's change this to a decimal. Move it over 2 spaces to the left, so what I'm using is 0.25. So here, all I'm going to do is take 38,000 and multiply that by 0.25. Okay? So 0, 0, 0, 8 times 5 is 40, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 0, 0, 0, 8 times 2 is 16, 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And then all we have to do is add. This would be 15, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now all I have to worry about is moving this decimal 2 spaces to the left. So my answer becomes 9,500. Okay, 9,500 would be what is going to be our income tax amount for if we earn 38,000 annually. Okay, all right, let's go to number 7. Okay, Gullah Ford dealership is offering a discount. This discount takes 5% off the original price of a car, and then you receive an additional 2,500 rebate. What rebate means is that when you pay the let's go over here. This Fusion costs 24,500. When you pay that amount of the car, you're going to get back 2,500 back into your pocket. Okay, so you've got the discount. You're not going to be paying that amount of discount, and then you're going to receive 2,500 rebate back. So whatever we get out of these two added together, we're going to subtract it from here. Okay, so 5%. Okay, we're going to change that to a decimal. So now what we have is 0.05. Now I can take this total price of the car and multiply it by 0.05. So 0, 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22, 5 times 2 is 10, 11, 12. So here I have 2 digits, so that means I'm going to have 1,225. I can add it to this piece right here, so 2,500 plus 1,225, 5, 6, 7, 3. So far, 3,725 is the discount that I'm going to receive total with the rebate. Okay, so 2,400, 500. I'm going back to the original price, and I'm going to subtract 3,725. Borrow in here. Change that to a 9 and then 10. 5 here. 9 minus 2 would be 7. Can't do 4 minus 7, so we're going to have to borrow again. 14 minus 7 is 7. 3 minus 3 is going to be 0. And then we have 2 there. Okay, so here my final price is going to be $20,775. All right, let's go to number 8. Pause if you need to. Number 8 is a percent change number. This is where you're looking at how much it was an increase or how much of a decrease it was. What percent increase or what percent decrease was it? Okay, so here, let's look at it. Charles Clothing Store buys $10, belts for $10 and then sells them for $40. It wants us to calculate the percent increase. So we already know it's going to be an increase. Okay, here, $10 is the OG, 40 is the new. So there's 2 ways to solve this. The first way is the new way that I've started teaching this year. N minus O, which means new minus original, divided by the original. Okay, now we're going to take the $40, 40 minus 10, and we're going to divide it by 10 because that is the original. Okay, 40 minus 10 is going to be 30 divided by 10. Now, the top goes inside of the shop, so I'm going to put 30 inside, 10 goes outside, 10 can go into 30 3 times. I'm not done, however. 3% is not what my answer is going to be. Be careful. This is where you have to understand that there's a decimal over here and move that decimal 2 spaces over. So what you end up getting is actually a percent increase of 300%. Okay. When you do N minus O divided by O, that is the only thing that you have to understand, okay, that you're going to do. You're going to move that decimal 2 spaces to the right, okay? Now, here is the other way that I've also taught before, okay? This is C, this is OG, and then over here is the percent side, okay? We are trying to find the percent out of 100. C is going to be done by doing N minus O, or new minus the original, okay? So here we know that it's going to be 40 minus 10, so that would be 30. Put 30 there. okay? And then here, the OG is going to be 10. So that's basically this piece right here, okay? The only difference with this method right here is that you don't have to move the decimal anywhere. So 10 minus x, that is going to give us 10x, is equal to 30 times 100, which is going to be 3,000. Then you can divide by 10, and if you notice, this is the trick that we can use here because it's dividing by 10. We're left with 300%. Done. There's no movement of any decimals. Okay, so you can use either way that you prefer that is easier for you to understand. Okay, let's go ahead and move to number 9. Number 9 is also another percent increase, decrease. Let's read it. Mr. Rogers' doctor told him to increase his calcium intake from 800 to 1,200. I'm going to use the new way that we've learned, N minus O, so 1,200 minus 800 over 800, so divided by 800. Okay, so here 1,200 minus 800, that would be 400 divided by 800. Alright, so here is where you're going to have to do some work of 400 divided by 800. Now, I know 800 cannot fit into 400, so I'm going to have to add a decimal and a 0. 800 can go into 4,000 about, let's say, 5 times. Because if I do 8 times 5, that's already 40. Add the 2 zeros, and we get 4,000. Okay? And let's just check it. I'll show you here. 400 divided by 800, that is going to be, looking this up, 0.5, right? But remember, that is not our answer. What do we have to do? We have to move that decimal 2 spaces to the right. So what we end up getting as our final answer is 50% increase. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's helping you. We're going to go to the next page. Pause if you need to. I am going to look at number 10 now. So Tori works at Macy's. We're talking about commission. It's going to work the same way as tax and tips. Okay. And it's saying that she earns 15% commission on her total sales, which means we're going to have to add these 3 numbers together. So here, 400, 185 plus 25. So 10 here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4, 5, 6. So $610 is her total. Now, remember, there's a decimal on the right of 5. We have to move that decimal 2 spaces to the left. So what we're working with now is going to be 0.15. Okay, now we can multiply. So 0 here, 5. 0, 5, 6 times 5 would be 30. Add another 0, 0 here, 1, and 6. So I'm going to add this over here because I ran out of space. 5 here, 1 here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what we get is this number, but we do have to remember that we have to count the digits to the right of the decimal, which is going to be 2. So 1, 2. My final answer becomes $91.50. That's how much she sold, or how much she earned based on the amount of money she sold, or amount of things that she sold, the total that she sold. All right, let's go to number 11. So Bryson wants to buy AirPods. These AirPods cost $120 at every store that he looked at, okay? And each of these stores are having a discount. So let's set this up to where we do, let's put T here for Target. And it says it's $30 off, so 120 minus $30, okay? That would be 12 minus 3, which would be 90. So that means that Target is $90. I'm going to write that over here on the left, okay? And then I'm going to compare my prices. Now we're going to look at Best Buy. I'm going to write BB for Best Buy. And it says it's 1/3. When you have a fraction like that, remember, usually we multiply the price by the decimal, not the percent. So we're just going to have to divide this. So I'm going to come over here somewhere. Let's do this up here. 1 divided by 3. 3 can go into 10 3 times only, and that'll be 9. And then again, it'll repeat itself. So what we have is 0.33. Okay, you can do 0.33 or 0.3. Let's try 0.3 here. In class, I did 0.33, so let's try this out. 0 times 3 is 0, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3. And then I have 1 digit behind the decimal, so that's going to be 36. Now, I have to take this price over here, and I have to subtract it from the original amount, price of the AirPods. So that is going to be 120 minus 36. Okay, so here, 10 minus 6 is going to be 4. 11 minus 3 is going to be 8. So $84 is what we have that the Best Buy is going to cost. Okay. Am I right? Let me check. 120 minus 36. Yeah. Okay, so here, let's do Apple now. Okay. Apple is saying 20% off. Remember, you want to change that decimal 2 spaces to the left. So what we're working with is actually going to be 0.20, 120 times 0.20. Okay, so here, 0 here, 4 and 2, so what we get is 2,400, but we have 2 digits, so it's actually going to be $24. So what we're taking now is 120 minus $24, okay? 10 minus 4 is 6, 11 minus 2 is going to be $96, okay? All right, so here, now that we have all of our prices, let's take a look at which one is cheaper. It goes from 84 to 90 and then 96. I see that Best Buy is the cheapest price. So let's look at our options. Best Buy has a best sale price of $80. Okay. Target has a best sale price of $90. That's true, but that's not the best price. Apple has the best sale price of $96. It's $96, but it's not the best price. Target has a best sale price of $70. That was false. The only one that proved to be true, even though it did not have the same, like, this is an estimation. We could have used our estimation too. Now, when we did this in class, I used 0.33, and it actually came out to $80 and I think 40 cents, so that's correct. All right. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Pause. Excuse me, pause if you need to. Let's go to number 12. All right, so this one is going to have 2 options. We are going to have discount 1 and discount 2. Okay. Discount 1 is saying that we're going to take 35% off the original price of the truck. Okay. The original price of the truck is $53,500. So I'm going to have to take this, multiply it by the decimal of 35%, and then subtract that amount from $53,500. Okay. This one is literally just taking $53,500 and subtracting $4,600 from that. So here, 0, 0. Borrow here, 15 minus 6 is going to be 9. 3 minus 4 can't do, so I have to borrow. 13 minus 4 is going to be 9. And then 4 gets brought down. So at the end, the discount, or the total of discount 2 is going to be $49,900. Like, that's what we're going to pay for the truck if we use discount 2. Okay? Now let's check to see if it's going to be better to take 35% off. Okay, so here I am going to do $53,500 times. Now remember, we want to use the decimal, which is moving that decimal 2 spaces to the left, so it would be 0.35. Okay, 0, 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17, 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26. add a 0 here, 0, 0. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Now let's add this. 0, 0, 5, 7 plus 5 is going to be 12, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. So let's count how many digits. There's 2. So in the end, my discount is going to be $18,725. Okay, now what I have to do, I'm going to have to do this work over here on this side, is subtract this amount from the original price of the truck. So $53,500 minus $18,725. Okay, so here, borrow here, 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, 14 minus 7 is 7, 12 minus 8 is going to be 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. So in the end, with discount 1, what David is going to pay is going to be $34,775. Clearly, we can see who the winner is. Discount 1. I would not use the rebate. It's not enough. 35% gives me a much, much higher discount. All right, so here, let's go ahead and look here. Remember, if you chose this one, that means you didn't do all of the work. It's not A. It's not B, because that is not the better price. And it's not going to be D either, so the only answer is C. All right, let's go to the next page. Pause if you have to. All right, so here we have number 13. Number 13, Justin is buying 4 wheels for his skateboard. The table shows the prices. So let's look at all these. It says this is the advertised sale, or the coupon that they're given, right? So here it's saying buy 3 wheels for $8. So what we're doing is 8 times 3, which is going to give us 24. He gets the 4th wheel free. So right off the bat, this one is just $24. Okay. Then Game and Skate says it's going to be the 4 wheels for $9, and then you're going to take $10 off. So 9 times 4 is going to be 36, and then we're going to take 36, I'm going to put this up here, minus 10, that is going to give me 26. So this one is $26. Okay, so far, Southside Skate Shop is winning. Okay, now let's look at Zumiez. Zumiez says buy 4 wheels and receive 20% off the total price. Okay, so here, price per wheel, we're going to have to buy 4. That is 12 times 4, which is going to give us 48, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this over here on this side. I have to use the decimal of 20%, which is going to be 0.20. So 48 times 0.20, 0, 0, 0, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And I have 2 digits behind the decimal, so that's going to be $9.60. Now here, because this is just the percent of whatever the original price is, I have to go back and subtract $48 minus $9.60. Okay, so here, 0 here, let's borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4. Can't do 7 minus 8, let's borrow again. 17 minus 9 is going to be 8, and then this will be $38.40. So this one right here is $38.40. Which one is the clear winner? The easiest one, of course, $3 wheels, $8. 4th one is free. That's the winner. So Southside Skate Shop wins because it's $24 for all 4 tires. All right, let's go to number 14. So this one is going to be done just like the Southside Skate Shop and the other one where we had to look at the Apple, the AirPods. So here, Victoria wants to buy jewelry. She found that there's 3 different stores that are selling the jewelry she wants for $24. So let's take a look. Charming Charlie's, I'm going to write SEC. And we're using percent. So we're going to change that to 0.20. And 24 times 0.20. 0, 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 decimals, so that's $4.80 so far. But I have to subtract that from the original price. Okay, so here, let's borrow. 10 minus 8 is going to be 2. 3 minus 4 I can't do. 13 minus 4 is going to be 9. And then here I have $19.23. This is the price for this one. Okay. Let's do the next one, Claire's. Okay. Claire says that they are offering $5 off the original price, so $24 minus 5. That's all we have to do for this one. It's not giving you a percent. So here, 24 minus 5 is going to be just $19. Okay. Now let's look at the last one, which is Samoon. I'm going to write SM for Samoon. Okay. They are offering 1/8. Now, we had another one that looked like this where it was giving us 1/3, remember? 1/8 we're going to take and we're going to divide by 8. 1 is the top number that goes in shop, add a decimal and a 0. 8 can go into 10 just one time. That'll be 8. Then we subtract, that gives us 2. 8 can go into 22 times. That'll be 16. 4 here, 0. 8 can go into 45 times. So what we get after we bring up our decimal is 1.125. So now 24 times 1.125. I'm going to write 0.125 times 24. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 4, 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. So here what we get is 0, 0, 10. So $30 is going to be the discount price. We still have to go back, wait, $3, sorry. I forgot to count. See, don't forget to count because then it messes you up. All right, I forgot to count that there's 3 digits behind the decimal. So that's actually going to be $3. So 24 minus $3. And we can always check over here. 0.125 times 24, $3. Okay, so 4 minus 3 would be 1. $21 is what we get. Now, which one is the cheaper price out of all of these? I'm looking at here. I want to pay just straight, even $19. So here, Claire's has the best sell price of $19. That is C. Okay, let's look at 15. This is a bonus one, all right? I'm going to give you more than half of it. I'm not going to worry if you don't understand this particular question because you're not going to have one that looks like this. This is going to be percent to change though. So let's look at that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and tell you that if you put this into an equation and you find out how much it will be after 12 months, that is actually going to be, let me find my thing because I have it written somewhere. That is actually going to be $2,310. So the total, or after 12 months, is $2,310. Okay, this is the new. Okay, so new minus old, remember, N minus O divided by O. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2,310 minus 750 divided by 750. Okay, and I'm going to use the calculator so we can see this quickly. 2,310. I'm more worried about you understanding the process than getting the calculations right on this one, okay? Because these are pretty big numbers. So this is what we get when we subtract the two numbers. So 1,560 divided by 750. That is going to be 2.08. But remember, when we do n minus o divided by o, you have to move this decimal 2 spaces to the right. So what we get is 208%, which is going to be C. Okay? This is your bonus. Okay? Quick thing, if you did this and you got through to this question, you get 2 extra bonus points. Okay? All right, so here, let's go to number 16. How much tax would you pay for $363.99 airline ticket with a sales tax of 9%? Remember that 9% we changed, so 0.09 now. And what we're going to do is multiply $363.99 times 0.09. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 plus 8 is going to be 89. 9 times 3 is going to be 27, plus 8 is going to be 35. 9 times 6 is going to be 54, plus 3 is going to be 57. 9 times 3 again is 27, plus 5 is going to be 32. Okay, and I don't have to multiply by 0, but I do need to count how many digits behind or to the right of the decimal. That is 4 digits. And I am going to move this decimal 1, 2, 3, 4. So $32.76, let's say that. Okay, so it's asking us just for the sales tax. So $32.76 is how much sales tax that this person would pay on this airline ticket. What do you do if you want to find out what the amount he's going to pay for this airline ticket? Well, you just take $363.99 and add it to $32.76. Okay, and that's it, guys. All right, I hope that you do your best on this test. Good luck. You've got this. Remember all the little tips and tricks. And if you see this big number like this, turn it into money amount. Okay, because most of the time we're working with money. If you already are working with money, turn this into like a dollar amount. $32.75 doesn't make sense. All right, I wish you the best of luck. Bye. Okay, go in. Bye.